Hello, welcome to Figure Form 45. Thank you for your time checking my video. This is my review of Robin from Mcfarlane DC Multiverse Batman and Robin Wave, which is the collect to build Mr. Freeze wave. If you are new to my channel, please leave a like and subscribe if you like my videos. This will really help me a lot in making more of these videos. Now, this is my third video in this wave. I already made a review of Batgirl and Poison Ivy, and now let's have a look at Robin. First, let's check the packaging. So the bat, it's basically the same as the other figures. The only difference is that here it is showing that this Robin figure have the arms and arms part of the collect to build Mr. Freeze. So on the side it says Robin, on the other side it's color red, Batman and Robin, with the Batman and Robin movie logo. Then at the top, the Batman and Robin movie logo. So that's the packaging. Now, as for accessories, he came with, well, I know that this is not accessory, but let's start with this one. So we came with the standard Mcfarlane art card. Only in this case, it is the picture of the actor. At the back, it's a short biography of the character. And then, aside from that, he came with a standard DC Mcfarlane base. And then aside from that, surprisingly, he has this freeze effects, which is, to be honest, compared to the Poison Ivy and Batgirl, is a plus because those two figures don't have any accessories at all aside from the build-a-figure part of Mr. Freeze. Now this let me just turn it off. Now this Freeze effects basically attached to his hands and his leg. Let me just... So they are basically made of clear blue plastic. So I think I can use this for other stuff like wave effects or something like that. But in this case, they are basically, as you've seen when I was displaying the figure, these are like the frozen effects. Now, for the build-a-figure part, it came with Mr. Freeze's hands. And as I said before, these are not painted silver. They are just plain like silver plastic. Aside from that blue paint, there's no paint at all on it, which, as I said, is a big disappointment because if you look at the head part, which really looks good, it is painted silver. So yeah, that's kind of disappointing, but we'll talk about that when we review the figure, which I will review the Mr. Freeze build-a-figure together with my George Clooney Batman video. Now for the aesthetics, let's start with the head sculpt. Yeah, this is a good head sculpt. It does resembles the actor on a certain angle. Yeah, I like that Mcfarlane is really making good head sculpts now, so they are really upping their game as far as head sculpts is concerned. Now, I'm not sure if this is a reuse of a mold or if this is a new mold. Or probably it's a combination of old mold and some new mold. I'm thinking maybe some portion of this is the Robin Tim Drake version, but looking at the sculpt, I think it's a new mold. I mean, look at that detail. It has a lot of sculpted detail, but since it is basically mostly black, you may not be able to appreciate it. But if you look closely, these figures actually have like the bat fur. This figure, despite all black, have a lot of sculpted detail. I mean, just look at those boots design. There's those bat. And again, I'm not sure if is the belt really black or aren't those supposed to be silver or gold? I thought that the logo, the Robin logo, Robin that's almost like a Nightwing already, is sculpted. I thought it will just be painted, but it is sculpted. So another possibility is that this is an old mold, but this upper part is a new mold. And yeah, if you will look at closely, it's what the movies. It's one of the memorable thing about this costume is that they do have nipples. I mean, just look at that. That's a funny. That's really a funny, attention to detail. Then yeah, so it's not just painted; it's molded. The detail of Robin is molded, so that's a good thing. That's a good sign. This is amazing. This is probably a new mold. And so aside from that, everything actually looks good. I thought I will just be, to be honest, I bought this wig just because of the good head sculpt. So I was expecting that going to be a lot of reuse, but so far this is the third figure, and I'm thinking this is a new mold. If there's any of you who recognizes this mold as a reuse, can you please comment if on what figure this is from? But I think it is a new mold. Look at that. Yeah, aesthetically, this figure looks amazing. Now for the articulation. So we can look there, there. We can look up that far. You can look down that far. You can do side to side. Yep. Articulation of the head is okay. We can do the T-pose. You can do that. Standard ball socket. And articulation here. Double jointed elbow. Standard Mcfarlane articulate joint here. So ab articulation. Can do so. Oh, okay, that's a good articulation. That's a good side-to-side articulation. You can look forward that far. You can look back that far. Now with the waist together, much more range with the waist. Yep. Can kick forward that far. Can kick back that far. Double jointed knee. Standard Mcfarlane articulation here. Toe articulation. Then we can do the bend down. Yeah, standard Mcfarlane articulation. Overall, I am loving this wave. So far, this is the third figure I reviewed, and I cannot complain. And it seems like, if I'm not wrong, these are all new mold. So maybe aside from the George Clooney Batman, but I cannot comment on that because I did not buy the Ultimate six-pack Batman figure. So I'm not sure if there's gonna be any difference between those two. Between this single release and that figure on the Ultimate six-pack Batman. Maybe just the cape, because I think on the Ultimate six-pack Batman they all have cloth cape, but in here they all have plastic cape, which to be honest I have no problem with. And when I actually really love the figure, and I'm just gonna buy a customized cape for them. But plastic cape are okay to me as long as they are like this. They are like this, which are not too thick and not too heavy. And they are not pre-posed like the Eradicator or this one, the Justice Lord, which is like, yeah, this is way. I mean, look at that. Yeah, I don't like pre-post cape like this one. It limits the fun factor on how you can just post them. So if the plastic cape is like this, I'm okay with it. I thought this is gonna be just a plain repaint on the wave, but looking at it and seeing that all the details are curved, meaning sculpted, not just plain painted, I think this is a completely new mold made for this figure. And I may not be a fan of this costume because it's like a transition between Robin and Nightwing, but it is movie accurate and I love it. And add to that the head sculpt, the amazing head sculpt that this figure has. So my only complaint so far, since this is the third figure I reviewed in the wave, is the lack of accessories. I mean, they don't have any alternate hands or batarangs, or batarangs, and Poison Ivy doesn't even. It just came with that body part of the Colette to build. She doesn't have any vein effects or something like that. So well, at least this one came with the freeze effects, but yeah, no alternate hands and no batarangs. That's my own complaint. But overall, as far as the aesthetic and articulation of this figure, I like it. Well, if you're like me who likes to collect Mcfarlane figure, the articulation is as expected, standard Mcfarlane articulation, which, to be honest, is still better. It's still better as compared to other figures. So this is definitely still a buy for me. If you find this in retail, yeah, don't sit on it. Buy this. I have a feeling that this wave is gonna be selling like hotcakes, especially in my area, because right now I think the scalpers have already started, and I still haven't found any of my friends finding any copy of this wave. This wave I bought from from a seller abroad. That's why I was able to take a copy, but so far locally they are still not available. Anyway, yeah, definitely a buy. I'm really digging this wave that Mcfarlane releases. I hope that they create a Batman Forever wave. That will be awesome, and that will be a chance for me to get the Val Kilmer Batman, because as I said, I did not buy that Batman 6-pack. I only bought basically the Christian Bale and the Pattinson and the Bat Pattinson portion of that 6-pack, because there was a retailer in my area who sold them individually. So since the Bat Pattinson and the Christian Bale Batman are already so expensive, I was able to buy those, and I think they are better copy, especially with the cloth cape. Anyways, enough of those one. This is an amazing figure. If you're a Bat fan like me, this wave is a must-have.